My settlement's getting angry. Really too bad. Just let it sit. Let it sit. I don't know. It's like I have 90,000 in like money. Like, what do I do with that? At this point, invest it there, there, and in walls, I guess.
Yeah, build more armies maybe.
While I'm queuing up one with black orcs and everything, let's take a little bit of time. All right, back to you. Yeah, no, Dawn of War. Good game, just not good enough yet, I guess. It's hard, like with the Steam and like Steam, you know, you're just like, well, I can probably get it for like 25% off later on, if not more. Like this summer, in like 2 months. If you wait till winter, like who knows, right? And then by then
Yeah.
they're gonna have more like factions. I'm sure they're gonna add some like really quick. So I kind of won my first Stellaris game. Pretty excited about that.
Kinda.
Well, it's just I wasn't gonna finish it because I
Hmm.
wasn't doing Iron Man, so there were no achievements, and it was just like the late game trudge, you know. Like it wasn't a question of if I was gonna win. It was just, do I want to sit here for another 3 hours to win, you know? I figured out how. Remember how I was complaining last time about like depending on which way you come into the system, it always puts you in the same place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've realized I was wrong. It is directional.
Hmm. I guess you just always came from the same area.
Yeah, so I like shot past it because I got better jump drives, so I could like jump past the system without going through it, and then I could come in and I like sniped their portal or whatever, sort of. Ooh, you can take that place?
I did.
No. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at my middens, the human city. There you go. Good job.
Oh yeah, I couldn't reach it yet.
Ah, it's okay. Hey, we're at 29 of 80. Do you think we can hit like 40 or pretty close this game? Be halfway there.
This game? I don't know.
We've already got like two. We're off to a good start. It's only been like 30 minutes.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm,
Hmm. They've been very slow giving us any more information on Warhammer 2. It's kind of getting to me.
it's getting to
It's
you.
getting to me. I'm getting down, man. Like, I need to go talk to someone about it.
Why
No,
is
they
it
had that
getting
awesome
to you?
teaser, and then they're like, here's like
Mm,
a dev
mm.
diary video, and then here's like another one, and then here's like some concept art for the cold ones, and I'm like, okay, I just want to see some gameplay. Like, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, what should I do? I wonder if they'll attack.
Who? The
They could.
Beastmen?
Oh, they could take it out easy.
They don't usually attack. Doesn't seem like. Unless you declare war on them, the AI Beastmen don't really do much. They should. They should go like totally hitting your soft spots, and that would be amazingly frustrating, but they don't really. Oh, I think the dwarves up here are war with humans. With Weisenland. It's kind of funny. Oh, wow. There's a lot of settlements up here you could just come take and settle.
What, all north?
So, like, right, yeah, so you know the pass kind of where I'm by with all the horns and stuff here? Crack Dormar right here. Whoop, whoop. That is just
Hmm.
raised completely. And you could take like the under route there from like Eckendorf. Just go settle it. You up there.
I was gonna raise a new army.
Do it. Raise them. That's what I'm
Oh
doing.
wait. Oh, maybe I should. Iron Drakes. No, I'm gonna, I think, spend a little more. I forgot. But do you remember what I was gonna?
You were trying to get to like
Iron
hammers and iron breakers.
Breakers.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay,
you
I
need to
can.
save up for those, I bet if you sack this human settlement, you're gonna get a lot of moolah. Cause I got like 20,000 from mine, so probably be enough to build that. I would recommend saving for that because those units are like way better. Obviously, you can't have a full army of like, well, you probably could have a whole army of iron breakers, but it would be ridiculously expensive. And like your one army. You'd
Yeah, I could
probably
do it easy.
you'd epitomize the old like civilization doom stack though. That's for sure.
Do do they replace Longbeards?
Iron breakers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably not entirely, just because they're so expensive. But yeah, they're definitely an upgrade for them.
Okay.
Oh look, he doesn't
How
have a
is
town. He's slowly starving to death. Poor guy.
he's raiding?
He's
Son of
dying.
a
Don't worry.
bitch. Oh God, here we go. Another hero.
Another hero. Those jerk heroes. Gotta hate him. Salt unit success. Nice. Obedience. Yeah, we'll take obedience. Why not? We're gonna do leadership. Oh, we'll do leadership for that. That's all I need. So let's go settle right here. Colonize that place. Hooray!
Oh right. So yeah, they do. I mean, I know it's kind of a cliche thing to say about um, Dawn of War 3. I mean, but they mentioned it too, how it feels like a MOBA.
Uh huh.
The when you're doing 3v3, I didn't did I do any of those? I know I did a bunch of 2v2s.
Mhm.
It definitely feels like time, you have to time your cooldowns and dodging cooldowns, which is very MOBA-like. And it just seems there's, the your added line units, line infantry, I think is what you can call them. I think they even referred to them as that, didn't they? Line infantry?
You can call
Oh
them
no,
whatever
that's
you want. We're streaming. Like it's kind of like that meme. It's like I'm a Facebook admin. I'm a big deal. You can say whatever you want, man. It's true.
yeah.
I'm kidding. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like when you get in those huge battles, it feels like, you place your line infantry. I mean, you don't want to blob them together because then they'll just get completely owned, but you want to place
Yeah.
them wherever, leave them, and then just focus on your elite units, trying to time cooldowns and interrupting. So it's definitely more about the elite units than it is about like unit preservation or I
Uh,
mean, we played Company Heroes.
it
If you lose
depends.
a unit, that's it, pretty much.
It
Which
dep
is it's a completely different way.
Yeah, no, definitely units aren't valued as much, but I feel like they shouldn't, especially with like the body hits the floor cinematic, right? Which is more, I feel like what Warhammer is like you just have like worlds of people going and learning to fight and dying, and that just is like it's the meat grinder of World War One, just on a much larger level, right?
Hmm.
So like I can see what you're saying. I don't disagree with that, but I think it like fits the aesthetic they're trying to go for. Now, does that make a fun game? I don't know. Didn't convince me to buy it, but I guess I can appreciate that. You're right with the elite units being like very important though, because if you F up an elite unit, like someone called in their Imperial Knight, and I just tore it apart with like ranged units pretty well. Like he was like, "Oh, AF, I didn't do anything, and it's half health," you know. That definitely does
Yeah.
matter a lot more than if you're just like, oh, I lost 3 spacemen, like space tactical marine units. Like, oh well, they're supposed to die. And it didn't feel too MOBA-y to me though. When I was playing 3v3, and I think I can say that pretty authoritatively because I've been playing a ton of Heroes of the Storm.
Hmm.
Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
too
in a
much.
MOBA, you only focus on one hero.
But what I liked about it though,
You only control one hero.
what I liked about that, it stops zerging. And that was that cool reason. I don't think that's maybe a reason they put it in there. I think they're trying to attract the MOBA kids. Like, don't get me wrong. Uh, but I liked that you couldn't just get zerged. So, because I've always thought that's a pretty cheap strategy, whether it's a Marine Rush or whatnot.
You mean the defensive?
Yeah, because you had 3 tiers, and interestingly enough, there was a cooldown. I don't know if you ever. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Son of a gun. Stupid Wog. I wanted to loot that. Um, Wog just went and killed the town. Dicks. Um,
Nice.
what was I saying? Your power core actually had a like a shield. You can be invulnerable for like 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize that until that game that we were losing.
Didn't you play the didn't you play the tutorial?
No, no, I didn't play the tutorial.
The tutorial took like 20 minutes.
I tried the second tutorial and I was like, this is so slow. I know how to build bases. I can figure this out. And I just jumped in.
Oh,
And
dang,
I didn't feel
nice.
like it was like super necessary. I don't know. Because like at the end of
Well,
the day, it's
apparently
like
it
not
was.
that much different from StarCraft or Dawn of War Company Heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like jump jet Marines and stuff and stealthy Eldar, but like even that and stuff maybe not that different. I don't know. Did they have that in 1v1 though? Because I could see where that would be really frustrating 1v1 and make those games a lot longer. The whole MOBA mechanic.
Um, I'm trying to remember. Maybe the cooldown was a lot longer.
But you still had to kill the turret, shield generator, core, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because for 1v1, I could see where that would be frustrating because then you're totally balancing against like, do I push in? Because he's gonna have this added defense.
Yeah, but the remember I think the health of those buildings is scaled.
That would make sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever get hit with like the big Eldar like death tornado thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was kind of annoying because I
That
couldn't
was
see
cool.
anything.
I used that against a bunch of orcs one match, and I was like, ha 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 ha. I can move as fast as you can, and it just like scared them off. I didn't like kill that many units, so it wasn't that much damaging, but
Hmm.
that was kind of cool. And
What else
then
is for me? Just that Argula Migdal thing. Okay.
the drop pods, the one I lost, I like just had to sit back and was like, man, I wish I would have recorded that. Like that was textbook technique. Like I'm fighting a guy and he engaged me, and then his ally drop pods 3 predator tanks on me. I'm just like, okay, that was I'm dead. And yeah, they wiped the floor of me.
Dang.
My little Eldars died. The drop pods were awesome, I thought.
Yeah, it does give you, I mean, the game does give you a good sense of kind of feeling powerful.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
your moves actually mean something.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. It could be too much. You know, feel if like you're always feeling powerful. I don't know, some people might like that.
What's bad about feeling powerful in a game?
I like feeling helpless because then when you overcome a challenge, it feels even better.
Okay, I can see that. So you like playing Dark Souls with a
No, like I mean,
Guitar
like
Hero
in
guitar? I'm kidding.
oh yeah, no, with bananas. Did you see the guy doing it with bananas?
No, that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
think he like hooked it up so that electrical signals were sent through the bananas. So
Oh my
like,
gosh.
one of them was an up or down. It was so good.
That's
That was
amazing when
funny.
people figure out that.
Yeah. I'm just going to encamp or siege this until they,
Build some
because I
siege
can't
towers,
take them.
man. Build some towers.
Yeah, I'm
Do it.
doing maximum one battering ram and then the maximum siege
Don't
tower.
even
So that's
waste
going to
your
be
time with battering rams, man.
okay.
Your catapults and cannon, that'd take that gate out probably by the time your doors get to the gate.
Yeah.
But your siege towers are awesome. Yeah, I guess feeling powerful has to be countered with like everyone feels powerful. So even though you're powerful, like you fear their power. Like maybe I don't know if this is a bad analogy. Like everyone has nukes. You're all powerful, but your opponents are equally powerful. So you have to be careful with how you use them. Although I guess you don't use nukes, right? But it's not
Right.
ideally. Not ideally. Who knows what the future might bring? Hopefully that never happens. That'd be terrible.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. The new army. I want it to be. Are we going to be going against armored things? I couldn't remember.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, when we butt up against Chaos, they're all armored. But
What are quarrelers with great weapons? They make them armor piercing.
yeah, so they're quarrelers that carry big two-hand axes.
So they're not ranged anymore?
No,
It
they're
says they're
ranged.
ranged.
They're ranged. You can just charge in with them after you shoot at people, and they're gonna do good damage because the idea with it, and I don't know if this is like super effective or not. Like it seems to work. I just don't know if it's efficient. I guess. You're shooting until they get in range, and then you just charge them in. So your main line is taking a hit, right? You charge them in behind. They get a charge bonus. They're gonna do a bunch of damage. They're not being hurt. They're just dealing it out, and then you help break the line that way. It's kind of a cool tactic.
Hmm.
It works against the AI at least, somewhat
Yeah.
effectively. People, probably not.
Well, let's get definitely Thunderers.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on a sec.
I can't tell if part of it with the hold on to war thing though is I'm just getting like pickier. So if we like old man grumpy syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel that way. Oh yeah, Slayers. Were they any good? I can't remember.
They're not bad.
Anti-large.
They're
They're
not bad.
anti-large.
Yeah, they're anti-large. As long as they're not on your line and not getting shot by arrows, they're gonna be good. They're kind of something you want to like charge in afterwards. They'll be okay. I don't think it's worth investing a ton in them, but
I'm just gonna wait for Iron Breakers and Hammerers, but I'll get some ranged units. Okay, let me see. Let's get two Thunders and
hmm,
maybe two cannons,
two cannons.
or
What you
two
really
birch
need is
throwers.
like a flame cannon and an organ gun. That's when it gets fun. They'd be
Let me
awesome.
see. I don't know how close I am to those.
They're pretty advanced. You're gonna need like probably the highest tier engineering building, whatever that is.
I can almost get organ guns, actually.
Really, organ guns are cool.
All right, I'll wait then.
They're cheap, but I mean, cheap isn't like they're pretty powerful.
Yeah,
You just hide it right behind that main line, leave a little bit of a hole, and they're just gonna blow them up the whole time. It's just like, haha.
I can upgrade something here. Growth. Um, yeah, let's upgrade growth. No, that's okay. How are they not dead already?
Because they're in camping, I guess. I don't know. The poor border princes. They're just like, we don't have anything to do anymore. We're all dead. Decisive victory.
You can come down to that. Come down to Myrmidon's and we could fight a huge battle.
It'll be all
Well,
ginormo there.
it won't be that huge, but
It'd be like kind of huge though.
it'd be a good fun siege. You only need one army.
I'll send my log
Yeah,
down
send it.
there.
Yeah, send an army down there.
Get going, Grimgore. Get ya moving.
Yeah, I don't know. Like many strategy games, this I mean, hopefully this Let's Play might be one of the first. But like I mentioned a while ago, I typically don't finish some games,
Hmm.
and it's because I like the. It's almost like the syndrome of the MMO where you just recreate alts. You just like the starting out
Okay.
so much,
Yeah.
and then the end game is meh, or you don't. I mean, yeah, you get cool things, or
The barrier of entry is a lot more than just starting over though. Because to get to that next cool thing, it takes a lot more time than it used to. Oh, definitely.
oh yeah, well, I wasn't looking at that. I was just looking at like fresh experience, or
Okay. Okay.
with a different race, or different skills, or everything goes a little slower. Like you were mentioning in Stellaris, you eventually you just sit there. Whereas right now, I mean, I'm not really. I mean, I just did get auto explore, so that's going to take
Nice.
a lot of micromanaging out of those science vessels.
Uh-huh.
Did you start with auto explore?
I've actually only got auto explore to the end of one game, and it was the point where like the everything was settled. So I was like, eh.
Oh, I got it like almost towards the beginning.
Oh, that'd be nice. That would be really nice.
Yeah. That kind of takes a lot out of the micromanagement of the science vessels. I really do want to play Endless Space 2. Is it released yet?
Nope. It's released. I should know. Sometime in May. I think it's probably like 3-ish weeks out. It's like mid-May, I want to say. It's full release.
I would like to wait for full release, but I also would like to wait for it to be on a little sale. I mean, I could probably pre-order for 25% off.
Yeah, it's I don't know. If you like their games, you'd like it, I think. The combat, ironically, is the best part of the game,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best space for X combat, and some people might totally disagree with that, but I think it is. Um, for a
Is it
lot of
like Endless
reasons.
Legend?
No, so it's different. You don't control the units turn to turn. It's still you make the decisions before, but the decisions before matter a lot more than in endless space. So for example, you can choose like once you get a little research done, you can have three different like groups that go into battle, right? And you're going to pick your tactics, and your tactics give you a little bit of a bonus, the cards like before. They're not hard counters anymore. It's just like, you know, extra dust on kill or extra defense with shields a little bit and stuff like that, right? So they're soft counters. Um, the big portion of that though is it determines of that three-pronged attack. Does everybody roll in like to the middle? Does somebody like cut out to the side? Does one of those stay back and try to snipe? And so you want to like optimize your ships for um, the different like how far they're going to go in and things. Um, and then they do have like a defensive assault like types built in, which will draw fire or do more damage and things. So I like it a lot better than combat in endless space because endless space it was the hard counter system where like if you go torpedoes and they have a counter, good game, or refit all your
Mm-hmm.
fleets. Like every time you run into a new species, that's done away with. The What else is different with it? It
I
doesn't have
really
any.
like how
Oh, go ahead.
I said I really liked. I mean, it's kind of an aside, but the combat in Endless Legend, I felt they handled very well.
Oh, Endless Legend's so good. That is
We could
so
play multiplayer of that
gosh, it's
too.
so good. I love that game. I
Have you even
Yeah,
played that much of it?
me?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch the Endless Legend bug until
Oh yeah, that's right.
Probably 3 DLCs in, and then it was whatever one was before the pearls.
Hmm.
I forget which one that was. And then ever since then, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Um, like it's so refined. And there's so much to do. Like that's the thing in Endless Legend. Like in Civ or Gal Civ or anything, like I feel like you're just kind of like, well, I'm gonna do this because there's not really a good like choice B or C. As an Endless Legend, like you're really like, am I going for pearls? Am I going for sea fortresses? Like, am I going for an expansion? Like, you can't do it all, but you want to. And I've never had a
Hmm.
4X game, even like the tech. I'm always just like, which tech do I get? They're all so good. It's not like, oh, well, this one kind of sucks. They just had to put it in there.
Yeah, we could. I mean, we could totally play that.
That game's fun. That's super fun. It's so Endless Space 2 though is by no
What was
means
that? Was
Endless
that your stomach?
Legend. That's a truck outside parking or something. I don't know. No, it's don't expect like Endless Legend with 5 DLCs level of game, right? It's not there, but it's a very good start. I feel like probably depending on how much you like Stellaris when it launched, I'd say it'd be Stellaris or that are going to be the strongest 4X space game to launch in like the last 3 or 4 years, like hands down.
Okay. One reason why I really like Stellaris is real time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've talked about this before. Even though
No,
the
it's definitely.
turns in the endless legend turns, they're so fast. Which is kind of nice. At least in the beginning they are.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
lot of click and next turn because you have to have the tech to colonize planets. So the very beginning of the game goes
yeah,
much
come on, just
faster.
make it real time already. Let's be honest here. Real time with Paul's works. Stellaris has shown that.
Yeah, no, Stellaris is a very good game. It's
So are you sending an army down to me?
yeah, I'm sending my WOG down to you.
Okay, I'm gonna wait then.
They're
Because right now it's like
it's
50-50.
spit a wolf. Yeah, wait a couple turns. They'll be down in 2 turns, so you can build a siege tower or two in that time.
Yep. And
No,
I am researching Oregon guns.
ooh yeah, get those guns.
Do you also have another army to take out those that neutral Redhorn tribe army
Red Horn
near
Tribe.
Varenka Hills?
What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I'll take them out in a second. I have an army I'm getting built up. It's gonna be done in 2 turns, and they have
Okay.
black orcs and stuff. So I'm probably like 4 turns from clearing them out for you. About.
Okay.
I just have some trolls and stuff queued up there. No, Stellaris hits like the scope, the epic
Oh
scope
yeah.
that a space
Yeah.
game should, and so few ever touch. Whether it's strategy or Mass Effect or whatever, right? I guess the original Mass Effect I feel like did a better job, but that's so hard to hit, but it's so rewarding when it is. No matter what it is, if it's like a show or whatever.
Stu- Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I will say though, since you mentioned Mass Effect, I haven't been doing any of the side quests, just the story, and all the story set pieces are a bit more linear, which is what Mass Effect does good.
sure, that makes
Linear
sense.
stuff.
You can control the story and everything. We're gonna auto this. There's no reason to not.
So the linear story missions are actually pretty good, and then there's a few side quests that are
Uh-huh.
good, but you have to kind of pick them out, which is kind of annoying. You have to kind of know, like, oh, this one's going to lead somewhere.
Sack that for a ton of money. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm like realizing I should just not play open world games anymore. They're just not for me. I think. I love the idea of them, but I've never beat Skyrim or Fallout 4 or Dragon Age or Mass Effect now. Like
Yeah, it takes a little bit of
Witcher, haven't beat Witcher. I like them all, but it's just
yeah, it takes what is that called? What's the word I'm looking for? Not constitution.
Your constitution. You rolled a one
I
on
guess it
constitution.
takes a little self-control to, make your way through it.
Yeah, and I feel like